Dew's heavy on the front deck this morning. It was a cool night, but beautiful start. Promises to be a good day. So why do we like being on the water? Well, it's on mornings like this where it's nice and peaceful. The sun's just coming up, burning the early morning mist off, and the still waters of the marina just add to that peace and tranquility. The only sounds are the birds singing, the doves cooing, and occasionally the ducks and the geese having a squabble. After that nice, peaceful, tranquil morning in the marina, it's now down to the bustling moorings in York. This morning we're going to try and tighten up this shaft seal. It's dripping at a higher rate than we like. It's about 4 drips every 10 seconds, so that's quite fast, and it should be 1 drip per 60 seconds motionless. Now this is the starboard side, so this should be a left-hand thread. Now the problem with it is that it's inside the wardrobe, and that wardrobe is entrance is only tiny, and I do not want to have to take this bulkhead wall out, so I have to try and squeeze in there and get down to that seal down there. Now I've got my precision tools ready, 2 18-inch monkey wrenches, and hopefully we can just release that back nut and then tighten the log up. That's how we get in. So we've got light onto it down there. I've got a camera in the other end where I can see the amount of drip. So now we'll see if we can get this undone. This isn't a technically difficult job. What makes it hard is the fact that you're squeezed inside that tight wardrobe, and you're at full stretch and you need to use both hands because you've got to control both tools at the same time. The lock nut was relatively tight, which I would expect because I don't think this has been moved for many years. and as you will see, it took a little bit of adjusting. We were helped by the fact that I'd set one of my action cameras up Wi-Fi'd to my tablet, and so Janet could see what was happening on the tablet and give me a real time on the drips. It took a little bit of getting there, but we eventually got to the point where I was happy. We're probably a little bit on the tighter side at the moment, but we'll see how that runs and adjust as required. Now we've made the adjustment, and I've been on a diet. I think I dieted for a month to squeeze in that bloody wardrobe, but now it's been done and broken away, and the fact that it is a left-hand thread, it is the starboard side. The port side is a right-hand thread, so anybody doing this job on the Carver 3207s, the port side is a standard right-hand thread. That's quite easy to get to under the aft cabin step. It's the starboard side, and I have been putting this off for quite a long time, so quite happy to have got that bit of a job done. All in all, I think it took about 30 minutes to get to that level where we were happy. We just kept adjusting it and adjusting it, and I think the access is very tight. You've only got a very short number of degrees to enable you to adjust the nut, and so I'm actually having to use both flats and peaks of the hexagon, which is not ideal. So it took quite a bit of just fiddling about, and sometimes as soon as you locked it up, the drip started again. So I needed to get beyond that point, because I do know once we start revolving and running, we will bring water back in. So I want to get it as dry as I possibly can in a static position. It is debatable whether you should have 1 drip a minute or whether you should have no drips at static. We've gone for somewhere in between. It's a little bit, there's not a drip a minute. It's a bit longer than that, but I'm quite happy that we still have got water there to keep it cool. I went the wrong way first time because it's a left-hand thread. Right, where are we now? Eh? I'll lock it off at that. Yeah, it'll drift. Okay, I'm coming out. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to see more motor cruising on Ava Grace.